Hi, Kim Adams, eating psychology coach from Happy Healthy Groovy. It's probably a little noisy out here today. I'm not filming inside, I'm out on my back deck because it's Easter Saturday and it is just such a beautiful sunny day and I didn't want to be inside. And of course, as soon as I start to film this, the guy down the back has started mowing, so hopefully this won't come up too much in this talk. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about something that I've been thinking about today as I'm preparing for my upcoming workshop, Food is Not the Enemy, a more nourishing approach to weight loss and body confidence. One of the things that we'll be looking at in that workshop is the idea of what your story has, the impact your story has on your metabolism. And by your story, I'm talking about your life. The events in your life, your upbringing, the cultural upbringing that you've had, the role modeling that you've had, the experiences, the relationships, all those things impact on our metabolism. So for example, if you grew up, as many of us did here in Australia, being told as a child that we needed to eat everything off our plate because there were starving kids in Africa, you ingrain a belief that you must always eat everything on your plate, whether you want it, whether you're hungry, whether you like it, you should eat it. And if you don't, there's a sense of guilt because there are starving children in Africa. You probably, or you may have grown up in a family where food and eating experiences were a really important part of how love was shown in your family. There was a strong sense of bonding around the dinner table. Every event in family life was celebrated through food. And that's a wonderful, positive, uplifting experience. And we take that into our life and into our own story and how we relate to food as we get older. So our story doesn't all need to be negative. There can be some amazingly positive stories we have and experiences that we have in our life that give us a fantastic relationship with food. But also they can be stories that we have that shape our relationship to food and shape our relationship to our body in negative ways. And this isn't to lay blame anywhere. We are all adults here now and we get to make our own choices. But until we're aware of where our propensity for certain choices come from, it can be very hard to shift how we think. So we can be unconscious about our beliefs. And if we're unconscious about our beliefs, then there's very little chance of changing them. No matter how much willpower you have to go on a diet or stay on a diet, if those beliefs are still ingrained in how you think and respond and react to food. So we'll be exploring some of those things. Another thing that we'll be looking at is our story we tell ourselves around our body. Our self-talk that we have around our body is a strong influencer on our metabolism. Negative self-talk, things that we think in our mind, actually change the way our physiology works. So no matter how nourishing food can be or how nutritious it can be, if we're engaging in a lot of negative self-talk when we're eating it, we simply aren't going to be able to digest that food and assimilate the nutrients as best we can. So we'll be looking at some of those aspects as well in the workshop. So not only does DNA have a really important impact on how we are and who we are and how our body expresses ourselves, but the stories we grow up with and the stories we tell ourselves are also equally important. So I hope to see you at the workshop where we can talk about these things in more detail. Bye.